Well, good afternoon to you from the Todoroki Stadium, a game between two of the J-League giants, and a game that has taken on a massive amount of significance with defeat for the leaders Kashima a little earlier in the day. It means that both these sides have the opportunity to close the gap at the top of the J-League. It has been a strange old start to the season as Kashima just strode clear at the top of the table. And you have to bear in mind as well that both these sides are playing catch-up in the J-League right now, having had business elsewhere in the Asian Champions League Elite. They have games to catch up on the leading teams, but the opportunity is there for them to close the gap on those above them this evening. It's a lovely, warm evening, perfect for football, between two sides who are shorn of key players for this fixture. But it's always a game that you set your watch for. It's always an unmissable meeting with two of the big silverware winners of the J-League in recent seasons. The back-to-back champions are in town, and Kawasaki want to take their scalp. A big night for Daichi Sasaki. And at the back there for Vissel, who will lead the line for them in the absence of Yuya Osako and Yoshinori Muto. The MVPs of the J-League for the last two seasons are absent for the champions. But for Kawasaki themselves, they too have problems. Edison, their champion goal-getter, is also missing right now. It's a huge, huge blow for Shigetoshi Hasebe. The sun is setting. You get the feeling things are only just warming up here. It is a night where opportunity knocks. Who can deal with their absences the better. There's very little margin for error. We are past the midway point of the season for these two sides after this game. When you look above them to Cerezo, they played 22 games. Kashima with 21. Right now, the gap is 8 and 9 points. Let's take a check on the two sides. Kawasaki Frontale do make 3 changes from their last outing. There's an unfamiliar role for Kento Tachibanada, who will play at right back today. Changes in midfield as well as So Kawahara comes in. And there's a return as well for Akihiro Ienaga, the veteran, on the right-hand side of the 3 supporting Shin Yamada, who plays a little further forward himself today, supported by Yasuto Wakisaka. Our referee today is from Poland. He is on the referee exchange program between the J-League and the Polish League this summer. Łukasz Kuzma takes charge of his second game in Japan. Said that he really enjoyed his opener last week and is relishing the opportunity to visit a new country. He's supported as well by Koji Takasaki if he is required in the VAR booth. Well, things are quite thin on the ground for Vissel right now and for Takayuki Yoshida. Katsuya Nagato has come in from Yokohama F. Marinos to become the new left back. But apart from that, it's the Same team that you always see, shorn of their two talisman up front. So a lot of focus will be on the likes of Miyashiro and Sasaki and Jean-Patrick in the absence of Muto and Osako. As we say, the MVP in the Japan for the last 2 seasons. Shigetoshi Hasebe worked wonders in his previous job and earned the respect of everyone in Japanese football with what he did in winning silverware for Avispa Fukuoka. Now the man who spent 3 years as a Vissel Kobe player, taking them on as the manager of Kawasaki Frontale. Of course, way back in 2006, he started his managerial career as the youth coach at Vissel Kobe. It's a lovely warm evening in the Todoroki Stadium. Temperature still in the high 20s as we get underway with Kawasaki Frontale in that very famous sky blue against Vissel Kobe in the change colours tonight, the white change strip of the champions. Opportunity to close the gap at the top of the J-League. Games in hand. Before they know it, they could be in the top 2 or 3, and that's where these two teams would expect to be. Temperature was up in the mid-30s a little earlier in the day. It's expected to go even higher tomorrow. It has dropped, as we say, below 30 at kickoff time, which is good for the players, but it is a warm evening. This is Maruyama. We'll go back to Yamaguchi in the Kawasaki goal. Kota Takai, perhaps the standout young defender in the J-League right now, coveted by many in Europe and beyond, the 20-year-old. Sensational start to his senior career. It's a lovely ball. Jean-Patrick will pick it up, but he's well marshalled and well seen by Sasaki. Sasaki moving over from right back to left back today, with Tachibanada coming in at right back. As we say, it is a fairly unfamiliar role for the diminutive midfielder. Has played there before, can do a job there, but we are so used to seeing him in the anchor role in that Kawasaki midfield. There is Asahi Sasaki playing at left back today. Again, a role that he's comfortable with. It's towards Daiji Sasaki. Challenge was firm by Ideguchi. Takai, Tachibanada. We'll go back to Yamaguchi in the Frontale goal. Forward by Yamakawa. Jean-Patrick can't quite squeeze the ball through, and now the counter-attack. Shin Yamada. Ianaga. The veteran again. All he's achieved in football, all he's done, but particularly relevant in world football now, given that he was the man who scored the goal in the Asian Champions League elite in the semi-final that saw off Al Nassr and Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a really good nick in midfield. Yamada It's very well marshalled by Matthias Tuller, who has become such a big part of this Kobe defence. Now adding Katsuya Nagato from Yokohama F. Marinos as they struggle down at the foot of the table. A really good addition to an already good defence. Tachibana, that's nicely done. Yamada is Ianaga. Challenge again, coming out of defence to win the ball by Ogihara. Tidy from Maruyama. Kota Takai. Nicely done. Ianaga will gather this ball. Just died on him a little, which meant that he wasn't on the front foot as he received it. Just slows the momentum of that Kawasaki Frontale move down. This is Marcinho. That's nice. Marcinho again. Well, he went across goal, but there was no one there. And he holds his arms out to his teammates as if to say, where were you? The build-up was exquisite. Takai. Maruyama again. Kota Takai. Again, it's intricate, it's technical. It's nicely done. Tachibana a little short in his pass for Ianaga though. Nowhere for Hirose to go. This is Yamamoto. Marcinho. The thread, it's a lovely ball. Wakisaka! It's a lovely goal. They have carved Vissel Kobe apart. And Yasuda Wakisaka with the coolest of finishes. Made it look so easy. Winning the ball high, but then making it work really well. Look at Marcinho drifting inside and finding the space. Thought he could have gone for goal there. Decided to go for Wakisaka. That's a really cool finish. No chance at all for Mekawa in the Vissel goal. And a perfect start for the home side. Vissel again. Have to answer questions. They're on a really good run of late, the visitors, the champions. They find themselves behind till Wakisaka's goal. He contributes so much to this side as the Frontale captain. And taker of set pieces. Third goal of the season. It was he who provided the goal for Yuki Yamamoto to score the winner in Yokohama a week ago. Today he scores the opener. It's a foul by Maruyama into the back of Sasaki. It's really good from Marcinho. It would have been so easy just to let fly there with his right foot. That ball as he got it out from underneath his feet, but had a look up, saw Wakisaka. have Vissel got in response? That's very deep towards Matthäus Tuller. Jean-Patrick who wins the header. They will have a throw. We're used to seeing Jean-Patrick involved in a Kobe shirt. Normally, obviously, comes from the bench when you do have the strength that they have in Osako and Muto. It's a good little flick. Which might find its way through. Oh, brilliant! What a leveler that is on the half turn. And Vissel Kobe level the game immediately. Taisei Miyashiro with a moment of magic. How about this for a reaction? Little flick to turn the ball up, and then bang. That is a goal of the highest quality. An outstanding finish from Miyashiro. Little reaction, little celebration against his former club. But a player who went to Vissel and contributed so much last season with a huge level on his return to Todoroki. And if it continues in this vein, we're in for some fun. It's two really good goals to start the game, coming in the opening 10 minutes. Kawahara, Maruyama, Matthäus Tuller with the header. It's come to Kawahara. Marcinho. He's going again. Needs support now. Arrives from Tachi Banada. When he gets the ball, there's always a buzz around the stadium. This time maybe just went a little too far. It was held up well, it must be said, by Yamakawa. Sasaki unimpressed. Tuller, Yamakawa, Gotoku Sakai. Ball is long, looking for the run of Miyashiro. Well, this is the goal again. Just look at the way that he reacts. It's so quick. In the blink of an eye, just takes the ball up and finishes it. It's a goal of such class and such quality. 6 now this season for him from midfield. It's a phenomenal run of goals that he contributes. 8 he scored last season. 22 starts. That's a tumble by Yamakawa. Now the question was from Shin Yamada was whether or not he would have got the ball and whether or not he was fouled. The referee was happy to let it go. certainly there was plenty to look at in that. Yamaguchi for Maruyama. Asahi Sasaki. Nowhere for Gotoku Sakai to go. Firmly back in station as first choice right back now. He did lose his place for some time, had some injury problems and lost his way a little. Such experience and such quality he has. That's a ball looking for Jean-Patrick, but well watched by Sasaki. Tachi Banada. Nice ball, Yamada. Support for Wakisaka! That's a super save by the goalkeeper. It's lovely in its crafting again from Frontale. Super hit as well from the skipper. But Mekawa more than equal to it. Lovely football from Hasebi's side. Really good goalkeeping from that man there. Real high quality feeling about this game so far. Takai, Maruyama and Sasaki all inside the penalty area for Frontale here. It's towards Sasaki at the near post. The reaction was by Katsuya Nagato to get the ball away. That's a lovely ball, oh what a chance that is. Marcinho at the far post. And he knows. Credit to Gotoku Sakai, who did manage to get across towards him, but still Marcinho will feel he should have scored, and maybe his teammates did as well. Big chance, big chance. Frustration for Marcinho. It's such a good acquisition he's been at this club since coming over from China in 2021. The champion and a Super Cup winner. Tachi Banada filling in on this right-hand side. They are missing Saivan Vermaskirchen at the moment, who has been so good for them since he came in from Nijmegen last season. As we say, it is an unfamiliar role, one that he can play. Matheus Tula has been in good goal-scoring form of late. He's made his way forward, as too has Yamakawa. Corner is miscued, shall we say. A little bit too much bend on it. Much to the consternation of Matheus Tula and co. Scored in the win at Kashiwa a couple of weeks ago. A big defender. On a day where we saw a rare goal from Takehiro Ogihara as well. His first since the final day of last season, the goal that effectively won the title for for Vissel Kobe. So off the resistance of the two chasing teams, Sanfrecce Hiroshima and Machida Zelbia, who both went into the final day with an outside chance of winning the J-League title. There was no let-up by Vissel. Seems like a lifetime ago now. Kota Takai's distribution is not just part of the makeup of this outstanding young defender. It was felt that he could be heading to Europe this summer transfer window. Kawasaki Frontale obviously determined to keep hold of him. And it is seen as the best place to develop until such a time where the team wants to take him on in European football, and he's going to start every game in a big team, shall we say, in a big league. See a lot of younger players making that move and having to fight their way through. Talk about fighting their way through. Here's Sean Patrick. Crosses a little too deep for Miyashiro. Sasaki will retrieve. It's Ianaga who takes the ball from him. Here he is again, Hiro Ianaga. Lovely ball to Wakisaka. Can't quite find Shin Yamada. Again, no, they make it look so easy when they have the ball. Remember, they are missing Eriksson, the Brazilian. Delighted to have Jessiel, the important defender, back on the bench today. Now that's well won. Miyashiro's a long way out, and prompts a full-length save from Yamaguchi. There's a really good win. Weighed up his options. That's what he came up with. He's won a corner. Really clean strike of the ball. It was always bending away. Possibly would have bent away from the goal as well. Nicely done. And again, Vissel Kobe find themselves on the front foot. Ogihara will take the corner. Referee will just try and make sure there's a limited amount of jostling. John Patrick it is that's locking up with Kawahara. So Vissel, who trailed in the game, now have a corner. I mean, levelled it up, looking to get in front at the midway point of the first half. It's a little high for Yamakawa. Ogihara. It's well defending. Ogihara's won it back, but he's used his arms and conceded a free kick for the foul on Kawahara. He was asked, the referee, how he found the language barrier last week in his first game in the J-League. His response was, well, we all speak the language of football. Said he really enjoyed the opportunity and is relishing the opportunity to spend this time in Japan on the referee exchange and being part of the J-League. We've seen many English Premier League referees in Japan in recent years as part of that programme. The likes of Stuart Atwell and Andy Madley, Darren England, all from the Premier League in England, taking charge of matches in the J-League. That's a really good win by Maruyama. under pressure. Hirose. That's nicely done again. Miyashiro very influential in this game against his former club. Katsuya Nagato was trying to get around the outside, but had the door closed firmly in his face. Again, they're trying to double up on Tachibanada there, but he does really, really well. Matthias Truller with the clearance towards Jean-Patrick. Sasaki knocks the ball forward again. There's coming together more than anything involving Yamada. Referee again dealing in the contact was enough for the Kawasaki man to be penalised. It's been a really good game, 25 minutes in. And these two sides who had to go off in the early part of the season to the Middle East to play in the Asian Champions League Elite. Now, of course, Urawa are away in North America in the World Club Cup. Reward for winning the Asian Champions League Elite a couple of seasons ago. It is getting harder and harder for the Japanese teams to win that competition now, with the influx of highly paid foreign players in the Saudi Pro League. They also acquit themselves well. His goal that took down Cristiano Ronaldo in goal. Tachibanada. Kota Takai for Maruyama. Back to Yamaguchi in the goal. Story of Louis Yamaguchi, French father, Japanese mother, born in Colombes in France. Played his football in Spain at the start of his career. In the Segunda. And then finding his way to Mito in J2. Journeys that these players make. But you can follow that of Nico Takahashi, of course, who was in Barcelona's academy. Now, at the age of 19, is getting a lot of attention at Cerezo Osaka. And again, young players deciding to head from Europe to Japan to forge their careers. All have been part of the Japan youth setup as well. Here's Ogihara. It's a clever little touch by Sakai. Jean-Patrick lost it but got it back, lost it again. Miyanaga was trying to release Yamada. That's forward by Hirose. And wasn't the easiest ball for Daiji Sasaki to take down. Persistence here, lost it, won it, lost it. It could have turned into something had Ienaga released that ball. We haven't had much of the ball. Vissel, as you tend to find, particularly when they're at home, away from home, that they are more than happy to play on the back foot and explode with counter-attacks. Kawasaki so far with just about 2/3 of the possession. That's Marcinho for Asahi Sasaki. He was closed down by Daiji Sasaki. There's Kento Tachibanada. Nicely done by Ienaga. Now there's some space here to run into. This is Yamamoto. Oh, he's got it all wrong. Once he had that space there, he did have for a moment 4 against 3. Whether or not Marcinho came inside a little early, didn't hold his position, could be argued. One way or another, they made a mess of it. Jean-Patrick has a problem here. Well, they can't afford to lose another forward player. They are very thin on the ground at the moment. They do have Koya Yoruki and Nana Seino and Eric as well, still in reserve. But they're a little short in terms of what you call their first picks at the moment. There was a time, of course, that Yoruki was first pick in that front three. Muto on the right, Osako in the middle, and Yoruki on the left-hand side. Sasaki would dovetail with him nicely. Nana Seino has come in and added width on the right-hand side and pace. And of course, Eric arriving from Machida Zelvia. There will be concern for Jean-Patrick, who has made his way to the side of the field. Well, that doesn't bode well. Well, Yamakawa made the indication straight away that there would be no chance of him continuing. And so Eric will be joining us. And it's another blow. Well, that would suggest hamstring. That would mean a layoff of some time, which will be frustrating. And another problem for Vissel Kobe. Well, he's come back on to make the long journey across. In fact, he's saying he's okay. He's going to go off the other side. Eric has been ready for some time. It's clear that there was a problem for Jean-Patrick. Eric will come on to replace him. Another injury blow for Takayuki Yoshida. Yamakawa will go back to his goalkeeper. Hirose. That's nicely done. Rikuto Hirose, Costco, but It's a little too close to the goalkeeper. Just for a moment. There was great promise. Another problem here. Maruyama it is who's got a bang. His captain Wakisaka will come and check on him. Eric just seemed to run across the back of him. Seems to have caused the problem. Yanaga. Downfield by Rico Tojerose, but volleyed downfield with no one at all in the anywhere near vicinity of where the ball went. Game just slowed down a little in the last few minutes. The injury, the substitution. Vissel getting a little more of a foothold, deciding to get on the ball more. Yamamoto's header. It's forward by Ogihara. Sasaki will chase, but Kota Takai. A very cool piece of defending from the outstanding youngster. Yamamoto. Kawahara. Very nearly picked the pocket, and he has. Eric has nicked it. Now what can they make of this? Well, the attempted cross is deflected behind for a corner. It could have been much more. He does really well to win the ball. And then comes in here. Now look at the support arriving on the edge of the penalty area there. You had Ideguchi, you had Sasaki. He decided to go across goal. It was well defended by Maruyama. And he's just been able to pull the ball back. Sasaki in particular had a really good position. Corner is taken and headed away well. Was returned with interest and with force by Ideguchi. Signed by Vissel Kobe off the back of a brilliant loan spell at Avispa. Oh, that's come all the way through, and it's really well defended by Tachibanada. Still they can't clear. Now Maruyama puts his foot through it. Sasaki. Ogihara. Mateus Tula. Nagato. Drifted in by Rikuto Hirose. Again, the home side haven't really dealt with any of it yet. And eventually Maruyama just says enough of this. That's going downfield. What a touch that is. By Marcinho, applauded by everyone around the stadium. It was well covered in the end. Outstanding take. Tetsushi Yamakawa wasn't letting him away and out of his sight. Here's Sasaki again. Takehiro Ogihara. Sasaki. Sakai. Ball is deep across goal. And the back was by Miyashiro. Hirose does well. Miyashiro. Does so well to keep hold of the ball there. Nicely done by Tsuya Nagato. It's just a little high for Sasaki. This is brilliant from Miyashiro here. Where he looks after the ball under real pressure. In the end, the final ball was a little disappointing from Hirose. Certainly nothing he could do with it. A little over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Darkness has fallen on the Todoroki Stadium now. Takai away. Ideguchi. Go for the return here. Helps the ball on brilliantly. Sasaki couldn't quite find Hirose. Nagato. Away by Maruyama. Only as far as Gotoku Sakai. Nicely done by the fullback. And again. Oh, the deflection was off Marcinho. It sends the ball into the side net. It could easily have fallen the other side of the post. Really good from Sakai. And that was so close to just flashing into the net. Off the head of the Brazilian. And so they'll try again. Hirose with the corner. Mateus Tule coming through the crowd. Ogihara, it's all very scruffy. Not entirely sure Ogihara meant to go where he did with that pass anyway. Yamaguchi will come and gather. Just feel the balance of the game is much more even now. Vissel having a lot more of the ball. Good win by Shin Yamada. Tashi Wanada. Get the ball back here. Can the home side get themselves back on front foot before half-time? Takai. Maruyama. Sasaki. Offside. Again, Tsukuto Hirose. Has mainly been communicating in English with the players. As he arrived, working with them. Just had he been doing a Urawa game, he could speak in Polish because Urawa's manager Maciej Skorza is, of course, of Polish heritage. It's going to come through towards Sasaki. Miyashiro. You know, it's the semblance of calm when he gets in possession of the ball. He isn't too happy that the throw hasn't gone his way this time. We're in the final minute of the first half of what's been a really good opening half here in the Todoroki. Just a little overhit. Just a couple of moments like that have just started to drift into a very competitive game. A couple of overhit balls. Two minutes of time being added on at the end of this first half. Yamaguchi again, firing away downfield. It's Katsuya Nagato's clearance that was pinged straight against Shin Yamada. Fell kindly in the end for the visitors. Makawa takes his time. It is such a finely balanced game. Mateus Tuller. It's Marcinho. That's a very clever pass. He's found Ianaga. Nothing to his right. This is Wakisaka. Sasaki. Again, it's a little overhit. Sakai fallen into a trap that several have fallen into as we've moved towards half-time. Passes that were coming much easier a little earlier in the game. Just got that little bit more difficult. Here's Marcinho, who's made the game look pretty easy so far, but Mateus Tuller made that look pretty easy. A couple of really good challenges. Just for a moment here, the home supporters jumped to their feet when Marcinho gathered the ball. Mateus Tuller was on him in an instant. Really good piece of defending by him. Good piece of defending. Vissel Kobe have clawed their way back into this game and level things up in the absence of Osako and Muto, the MVPs. They turn to Taisei Miyashiro, the former Kawasaki Frontale player. It was he who levelled the game up after Yasuto Wakisaka had put Frontale in front in the first half. Miyashiro levelling things up with a really classy goal. Since then, really, it's been very, very finely poised, and it's set up lovely for the second half. Plenty for Hasebe and co to think about as they prepare their half-time team talk. But it's a really good game, this half-time in the Todoroki. It's Kawasaki Frontale 1, Vissel Kobe 1.
これを見たら人間の影響による温暖化には疑う余地がない。これが科学の結論に今なってる。
ちゃんと知りたくなってきませんか？
めちゃめちゃ聞きたい。すごいすごい。ここからもう倍々ぐらいで上がっていく可能性もあります。
中心になる試合数が5倍ぐらいに増えてます。
人がこのことに関して関心を持つってことはやっぱりそれは絶対大事だなって。
このままだったらサッカーできなくなっちゃう日も来るかもしれないですか？
こで本日のエキサイトマッチパートナー J.LEAGUE テクノロジーさんのご紹介です。まずこちらをご覧ください。本日、ミノシーエキサイトマッチ開催記念オンライン抽選会を実施中です。今回の抽選会では、選手サイン入り、当日試合中の1名様に、選手サイン入り、ミノシーエキサイトマッチオリジナル T シャツを4名様にプレゼント。抽選会では、スタジアムにあるレスラー、または大型ビデオに表示している二次元コーナーに戻ってご参加ください。参加は後半開始15分までとなります。当選者の回答は後半30分頃から試合終了を目安に当選者の方にのみ当選メールを送付します。忘れずにご確認ください。当選者の方には後日商品をお送りさせていただきます。以上、本日のエキサイトマッチパートナー J.LEAGUE テクノロジーさんのご紹介とイベントのご案内でした。
YMCA をカバーさせていただいているので、今日は一生懸命感謝の思いを込めてパフォーマンスさせていただくので、皆さん一緒に盛り上がっていきましょう。皆さん盛り上がる準備できてますか？ありがとうございます。それではミュージックスタート。皆さんクラップでお願いします。それではここからは川崎フロンターレサポーターの皆さん、そしてヴィッセル神戸サポーターの皆さん、敵味方関係ないで一緒に盛り上がっていきましょう。皆さんいきますよ。一緒にせーの、もう一回クラップクラップクラップクラップ、もう一回いきます。せーの MCA YMCA、 ありがとうございます。クラップクラップ、皆さんじゃあ一緒に腕を回しましょう。みんなで一緒にじゃあ次腕ぐるぐるいきます。反対、次下でいきます。次上で、いい感じです。それされクラップ、サビいきますよ。みんなでせーの。
Well, welcome back to the Todoroki Stadium. Really good game this. Very, very well poised for this second half. Locked at 1-1, Kawasaki Frontale and the champions, Vissel Kobe, both with an opportunity to close that gap at the top of the J-League with games in hand. A defeat for Kashima a little earlier in the day. It's an opportunity. Kashima with 41 points, Kashima with 40. And now, as we go into this second half, Kawasaki Frontale and Vissel Kobe looking to close that gap on the top two to 3 and 4 points respectively. With games in hand, these two are expected to fight for the title all the way through from this midway point until the end of the season. Certainly they've both been on a decent run of form. Kawasaki unbeaten in their last 6. That's catapulted them into the reckoning at the top of the table. The champions at the moment, despite the injuries that they have right now, the absence of so many of their influential players, suffered just 1 defeat in 5. One thing that they don't do at the moment is draw games. Haven't drawn a game in the last 10. That after they put 3 draws together on the spin at the start of this new J-League season. Confirmation of the 2 teams going through the bottom of your picture. No changes in personnel at half-time. Remember that the visitors were forced into a first half change when Eric came on. That's Ogihara with a shot from distance. Well charged down by Koto Takai. Goto Sakai chasing hard. He's going to be penalised as well for the barge in the back of Marcinho. He argues that it was shoulder to shoulder. Gets him a yellow card for his troubles. His second of this season. Just say firmly back in as the right back after trials and tribulations really of last season for him. First yellow card of this game. That's Nagato with the header. A little misplaced. Struggling to get the ball away, although that will help them. Foul was on Eric. He himself was arguing that he may have been the sinned against rather than the sinner there. Taken in very good spirit though by Sokawahara. The game got off to a flying start with those 2 goals inside the opening 10 minutes. Just settled down towards half-time. Came almost a battle of attrition. Lovely take by Marcinho. Doubled up well on him. It's a good turn. A really good take by Miyashiro. Sasaki. Looked after the ball really, really well. Look at the way that they hunted in packs there to get the ball back. Just looking at that role for Sasaki today, he really is the player for all conditions, really, in this Vissel side. Whether he plays in midfield, whether he plays in one of the wide positions, whether he plays as the lone front man. Same levels from him. Ideal player to have in your side, in your squad makeup. He might not even start every game. That contribution level is all the same. 155 appearances now for Sasaki. Huge again, as we say, levels of contribution to this Vissel Kobe side. His side, remember, this is the club where he came through the ranks. We talk about them winning the league last year. Shouldn't go under the radar as well that they won the Emperor's Cup as well. Did the double. Historic feats for them. Really good defending again by Sakai. It's a really, really good battle down there. Little double kiss off the Brazilian. Those three changes today. Naga and Kawahara coming in, but also Kento Tachibanada in with Sotomiura ruled out for this game. That's a little ball for Sasaki. Went for the early strike. Maruyama with the block. It's going to come for Eric. Oh, lovely take, Miyashiro! It is outstanding. It's a wonderful, wonderful finish. And again, he comes back to burn his former teammates. The presence of mind to control and finish like that. It's just an outstanding goal, brilliantly found by Eric. The appeals for offside will go by the wayside. And you just look at a moment that really just takes your breath away. It's a stunning take. It's an even better finish. It's 2-1 to the champions. And it's another outstanding moment from this special footballer. Against his former team, it's Miyashiro at the double. As we say, they are checking the potential offside on VAR. But from that replay we've just seen, there'll be no doubt. It is a Vissel Kobe goal. It's another outstanding goal scored by Tase Miyashiro. It's a goal out of nothing really as well. Just an example of awareness and appreciation of where he is as the ball comes at him so quick, to actually roll it round his foot, to then be able to finish first time, to give Yamaguchi no chance at all in the Frontale goal. A goal of the highest caliber. And Vissel, who trail, now lead. It's firmly committed from Miyashiro, but maybe a little too much commitment in that one to win the ball. Asahi Sasaki was underneath the demolition ball. saw the reactions of Kobe to going behind. They answered back really quickly. Now we will see what the home side are made of. Approaching 10 minutes played in the second half. Vissel scoring with the first chance of the second half. Tachibanada. Koto Takai, they've given the ball away. Now comes the counter punch. It's Eric on the charge. Support is trying to get to him, he might not need it. And in the end, it's a really good piece of defending from Yuichi Maruyama. He moved with such pace when he broke away. No one could get to him. Maruyama managed him well. His clearance going off Sasaki. And away behind. Challenged by Sakai again. Away by Yamakawa. Kawasaki Frontale's last defeat came away at the leaders, Kashima Antlers. But they went in front very, very early, only for the game to be turned around by Funabashi and Takawa. For assist for Yuma Suzuki in that one. They've been a little inconsistent around that period. They lost their way in the return game at Vissel. They were 2 down before Marcinho pulled one back. This is that really good piece of defending from Maruyama. Held up Eric really, really well. Started the season well, Kawasaki. They had a 6-match winless run, but since then, near faultless. Six unbeaten at the moment. Maruyama just has to be careful there as the squeeze and the press comes on from a confident Vissel side. He felt they were growing more and more into the first half. They almost played on the back foot initially, played on the counter-attack. Worked nicely for them now, seeing much more of the ball. This is Rikuto Hirose. Cleared by Maruyama. Sakai. He just had to be careful. Didn't really have anywhere to go there. Nakawa becomes that extra player to help them keep the ball. Nowhere for Hirose to go though, held up well by Tachibanada. Sakai. One-sided affair when the sides met here last season, as Kawasaki gave Vissel a bit of a thumping. Finished 3-0 on the day. Biggest margin that we've had in that fixture since that astonishing 6-0 game back in 2020 that took place at the Nueve. It's a ball that's threaded forward, looking for Shin Yamada. Goalkeeper's ball. Game back in September of 2020. 6-0 game in Kobe. Miyashiro on the score sheet. Certain Kaoru Mitoma outstanding in the game as well. Wakisaka as well. Heavily involved today. Today, Kawasaki must find a way back into this game. The ball forward for Yamada. Ziyanaga. Not really seen anything of them going forward so far. 16 minutes into the second half. Half that started with the game all square, but now the home side trail. That's nicely done, Marcinho. The space out wide. Across goal it goes, and Makawa did really well. Tashi Banada it was who drove it across goal. The goalkeeper equal to it. Patient, clever in the making. In the end, the ball looking for Yamada, a little too close to the goalkeeper. That's clever. Miyashiro, and the follow-up. Just wide from Erik. Did he get in his way here? Was Miyashiro in to score? Cuts inside. Taken off his toe by Erik, who was stretching a little. Miyashiro looked as though he had the situation in hand. Going to be a couple of changes for the visitors here. Koya Yoruki and Yuya Kawasaki will come on. Let's come off Iguchi. Return to Japanese football came with Shigetoshi Hasabe at Avispa, where he was so good in that cup win. Prompted Vissel to bring him to take him to Kobe. A short journey after this game to Haneda Airport. Far away from this stadium. Make the journey home. At the moment it's looking like a happy journey. It's a ball for Marcinho. Things can change though in an instant, and he's the man to do it. Really good challenge again by Sakai. Really, really good battle this has turned into in this game. Sakai initially made the error, but my did he recover well. Really good challenge. long time without an effort on goal. In the opening 20 minutes, they last had a shot on target. Now they have a set piece. They try to claw their way back into the game. Yamamoto with the corner. Up in the air rather than away. Now it's away. They're going to go back, and there was a handball inside the penalty area. Just there by Kota Takai. Here come those changes. Rikuto Hirose will make way for Koya Yoroki in what you fear would be a straight swap. Yuya Kawasaki will also come on as well. Katsuya Nagato is going to make way at fullback. Kawasaki, who can play in the middle of midfield or at left back, will come on. Kawasaki was the left back until Nagato arrived. Change as well for the home side. Tatsuya Ito and Ryota Oshima, who both started the last game, are going to come on. So this offers new strength up front. Ianaga and Yamamoto are the players who make way. Mentioned Kawasaki coming on for Vissel Kobe and Nagato coming in from Yokohama. They've been trying to find that left back or solve that problem. Ryo Hatsuse moved to England, of course, to Sheffield Wednesday earlier in the year, and to bring a player in to fill that void or fill that hole. Miyashiro quite able to find Eddie. Interesting makeup really at the moment of this Vissel Kobe side. It's almost a 4-2-4 they're playing, with Eric and Miyashiro as a front two, Sasaki front on the right hand side, and now Yoroki on the left hand side. Got defending to do here. Oh, and Ogahara inside the penalty area. They're appealing for a penalty, the fans more so than the players. The referee is unwavering at the moment. Maybe that's why. It's clear that Ogihara wasn't aware that Oshima was right with him, but didn't actually stick a foot out. Gets away with it. We're into the final quarter in Kawasaki. Champions in front here. In this meeting of two of the big guns of the J-League, two of the real title challengers. That's away by Mikawa. It's a really, really good run by Tatsuya Ito. Goalkeeper doing well. This is the best spell they've had in a long, long time in this game, the home side. Delivery in towards the near post, away by Yuruki. Ryota Oshima, I think he's saying that the ball has given up the ghost. As soon as it came to him, he stopped and said, "Need to change the ball here." So the referee will give possession to the home side. course, it will be an uncontested drop ball now. We don't have contested drop balls anymore. Ogihara is told to retreat, as to his Koya Yoruki. Wakisaka has the ball. Sasaki. Blocked by Sasaki. No way through. Masahi Sasaki again does well. Ankle to Marcinho. And Tetsushi Yamakawa was right on top of him. Corner is taken very deep, but before we get there, Freakin' Game just wants to have a little word. Again, there was a collision of coming together. A little bit of push and shove. Eric ended up on the floor. Kota Takai is asked to keep his arms to himself. Not entirely sure that he's too interested in what Eric has to say. Here comes the corner again. Goalkeeper with half a touch. They'll try again. We've got men arriving at the far post. Defending well by Yamakawa. And his secondary effort is blocked well. And now Vissel Kobe can try to break. Koya Yoruki is leading the charge. This now is Eric. Everything is back the other way. Sasaki. Great effort. Oh, brilliant save. Yamaguchi with a top stop to deny Sasaki. He won't catch many sweeter than this, Daiji Sasaki. That's a really good save. Keeps Frontale in the game. Outstanding piece of goalkeeping. It's a great effort. That was going to fly into that top corner. Super stop. And so from one goalmouth scramble at one end, from a corner, now Vissel Kobe have a corner at the other end. Very, very deep. Yamakawa with a header. Away by Marcinho. Sakai with the clearance. Might be a foul. Referee says play on. Marcinho has it. Tatsuya Ito. Back for Marcinho. That's a clever little run. Oshima. Oh, he's miscued his pass. It won't find Tatsuya Ito. And again, some really cool defending in a tight area comes from the experience of Gotoku Sakai. At 34, the elder statesman of this Vissel Kobe side. See the way that the balance of the game has changed, and the shots that Vissel Kobe have had. At one stage they had just about 30% of the ball. About half an hour of the game, but it's changed immeasurably since then, and they've been the bigger threat as well. They're starting to have more and more efforts on goal as we move through the first half and certainly into the second as well. Now with a little over 16 minutes to go, they have the lead. That's a foul, taken quickly, and the early ball, but right through to Makawa. Wasn't the worst idea in the world, but it was wrong with its execution. Kawahara. That's going to be a foul by Takai. Whether or not he won the ball, the referee deeming that he just went through Miyashiro. I don't think he even got the ball on him. Miyashiro got there first. That's a yellow card as well. It's his third of the campaign, so he's now on the walking the tightrope of a one-match ban. Inside the final 15. This is where the fun begins. Kawasaki Frontale, no one has scored more in the final 15 minutes of games this season in the J-League than them. That's really well judged by Yamaguchi. He's coming to the edge of his penalty area initially with his hands, realised he was going to come outside his box, so used his head. That's a nice ball. Miyashiro. Oh, the defender got in the way. It was Kota Takai. Could he have gone for goal? That's what he's asking himself now. Okay, beautifully done by Gotoku Sakai. Just there he tried to find the pass for Sasaki. Ogihara will take the corner. It's going to come all the way through, and the goalkeeper and defender managed to stay calm between themselves to deal with it. Could have been a recipe for disaster as the defender moved towards his own goal line. Could have had a wild swing at the ball. Goalkeeper got in the way. As it was, he stood aside and allowed Yamaguchi to gather. That's a nice piece of play by Tatsuya Ito. It's a foul on Kawasaki. Much to the frustration of Tatsuya Ito. Really good piece of defending that. So they're going to go with another change, the home side. Yuto Ozeki will come on. Another of the very, very good young talents. 20-year-old. Come through the ranks. Maruyama. Sasaki and Sakai battling for that ball. It's for Daiji Sasaki. Yamakawa will go back to Mikawa. Kawasaki. Looking to release Yuruki. Well watched by Tachibanada. It's going to be a double change. Double throw of the dice. And Marcinho, who was having much joy early on, is going to make way for Ten Miyagi, and Yasuto Wakisaka will make way for Yuto Osaki. Two attack-minded players on. Two homegrown players on as well. Miyagi, who spent a lot of his football away from here on loan, whether it be at Toyama, Nagasaki or Yamagata. Ozeki, still very new to it all. It's a lovely piece of skill by Miyagi. So a nice ball that's played forward, and the take of the touch. Well, flags up now, it wouldn't have counted anyway. But just for a moment, they thought they'd got Shin Yamada in. Difficult chance. Didn't matter in the long run. The flag had gone up. Not entirely sure it wouldn't have counted though, judging from that replay we saw there. I've got a feeling that may have gone back and counted had Yamada hit the target and scored. It was tight. He looked to have timed his run pretty well. Nine remaining. You can add a few onto that as well for Frontale. Sasaki, nowhere for Miyashiro to go. It's going to be another free kick. That's nicely done, and they've got men over here. And the effort at the end from us, Sasaki, and the follow-up shot. It was just a hopeful swing, it felt like. It's Oshima. Slow it down, it looks as though you have plenty of time in that moment. As it was all so quick. Hasebe's side are having a real go at this now. Yamada, challenged by Yamakawa. Miyagi doing well. Oshima. Kawahara. So many attacking players on the field now, the home side. Can one find space? Can one find the quality? This is Yuto Ozeki for Tatsuya Ito. Ozeki. Miyashiro and Sakai combine to clear. This is Eric. His ball was for Yoruki, but was overhit. Clever little ball, super take, and the goalkeeper comes and does really well to get there before Miyagi. It's one heck of a pick out to find 10 Miyagi. Touch was just a fraction harder than it needed to be. Yoruki, nowhere to go. Eric has won it back. Ozeki. players forward here of the home side. Sasaki's cross, away by Ogihara. Miyagi. Tachibanara. Tatsuya Ito. Does well. And it's come all the way through. And Gotoku Sakai got the vital touch. Two blue shirts missed it. Sakai didn't. Another change for both sides. Gustavo Klinsmann will make his return. And off will go the two-goal hero, Taisei Miyashiro, against his former team. Looks to have won it. Still a lot of football to be played, too. Really outstanding goals. The difference. Klinsmann, who's missed a fair bit of football of late, is on to make just his 6th appearance in the colours of Vissel Kobe. Yu Kobayashi is on for Yamada for the final few minutes. Well, they turn to the veteran, they turn to their legend in his 15th year at the club. Kobayashi, he's penalised. Does he have enough time to affect the outcome of this game? What an influence Miyashiro's had on this game. Mark of respect, he didn't celebrate either goal. Such was the quality. Certainly would have wanted to. Sasaki. Miyagi. Kawahara. This is Ito. Kawahara forward. Miyagi across goal. And the effort that the goalkeeper lost it at the first attempt was gathered at the second attempt. Oh, what an introduction that would have been for Kobayashi. Instinctive volley, goalkeeper equal to it. To deny him a 144th J-League goal. Incredible return, incredible career. Clumsy from Klinsmann. For the record, is his first yellow card in Japanese football. Well, the clock is against Kawasaki Frontale now. Have they got anything left to claw their way out of this? Sakai away. We're into the final minute. Again, Miyagi has been the outlet for them since coming onto the field. Sakai again doing well. Maruyama. And Decay. by Oshima. Koto Takai. That's nicely done. Oshima again. Sasaki. Delivered the ball, but Ogihara is in the way. Ogihara just says that's got to go. It's a clearance that takes us to 90 minutes on the clock, but there will be 5 minutes additionally added on by our Polish referee. On it goes from Tachi Banada. Tatsuya Ito. Oshima. Game very narrow. There is width being offered from Sasaki. Here he is. Away by Kawasaki. Tachibanada's header. Mateus Tuller half away. Back in towards Kobayashi. It's bouncing around inside the box, but Kobayashi has been penalised. Mateus Tuller needs some repairs. Wasn't much contact, but enough for the referee. That clock is starting to move very, very quickly for Frontale now, and for Hasebe's side. He's done everything he could to get his side back into this. Having lost their way a little in the second half, now they are throwing everything they've got at the champions to try and rescue a point. But Vissel Kobe don't draw games at the moment. It's win or lose. Right now they're heading for another hugely important victory. Third win on the spin. It'll be a 5th win in the last 6. What it will do is help them up towards the challenging positions in the J-League. They'll head up to 3rd. With a game in hand, 5 points behind Kashima Antlers. Opportunity knocks again for the champions, just as we start to move into the business end of the season, the second half of the season in Japan. The champions are a-coming. It would be victories like this that they worked so hard to achieve in their championship winning years, which will come as a shock across the bows of everyone else who thinks they're in the race for the title. And it's wide open this year. You could go down to Kawasaki in 8th or even Machida in 9th as having a say. Daiji Sasaki trying to manipulate the clock a little here. Throw goes the way of the home side. We're running out of time here, Kawasaki Frontale. They've got 90 seconds or so left. Gotoku Sakai has put on a bit of a defensive masterclass in this second half against Marcinho and now Miyagi Anko. Experienced player on the field. At the start of the month, where the J-League designated their Climate Action Month, they've been actively promoting environmental awareness and various initiatives related to climate action. It's a really clever initiative. Well, the initiative has all gone with Vissel Kobe today. Who have the advantage, who are closing the gap at the top of the J-League and are starting to make waves again and make progress again. They're so close to 3 points here they can touch it. Taisei Miyashiro on his return to the Todoroki, the hero of the day. The two sides who went off to the Asian Champions League Elite. The game is set to be won by Vissel Kobe. It's a big, big win for the champions. It's a statement win from the champions. Takayuki Yoshida's side win this one thanks to 2 goals from Taisei Miyashiro, who comes back to burn his former club with 2 outstanding finishes. They trailed very, very early on in this game to Wakisaka's goal in the 6th minute. Miyashiro soon levelled inside the opening 10, and then 7 minutes after half-time, he scored a second outstanding goal of the game. It turned out to be the final goal of the game. It turned out to be the winning goal of the game. Taisei Miyashiro takes down his former club, and the champions shoot themselves up to 3rd. They've catapulted themselves right up the table with this win. It finishes Kawasaki Frontale 1, Vissel Kobe 2. A real feeling there that that's a really big, big victory for the champions. Having gone behind, making a habit of finding a way to win games again. 5 wins in the last 6 now, up to 3rd in the table, and closing that gap at the top of J1. And with Kashima losing a little early in the day, the gap at the top is getting much, much closer. Frontale started well. They had chances. Marcinho had so much joy in the opening stages of the game after Yasuda Wakisaka there put them in front. But Vissel Kobe just got stronger and stronger as the game went on, and they will feel that they are deserved winners of that one. They lost Sean Patrick to injury in the first half. Edit came on, but the change was seamless, really. The transition was seamless. And as their Brazilians celebrate a big, big victory in Kawasaki today, they will make the journey back to Kobe with smiles on their faces, because it is a really, really important victory, a really significant victory. And once again, they are starting to make traction and make waves up at the top of the table. It was a hard-fought game, a hard-fought victory. At half-time, it could have gone either way. But that's what champions do. They find a way to win games. It's what they did last season. It's what they did the season before. The challenge that was laid before them at the start of the season was, could they go on and do the 3-peat? Could they go back to back to back? In the early stages of this season, it didn't look as though it would be positive. It didn't look as though it would be possible. But thanks to that man there, they've got another big victory.
宮代選手の2ゴールがチームに
Miyashiro,
勝ち
the
点3
hero.
をもたらしました。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まず1点目同点ゴールになりましたけれども、ボールちょっと浮かして振り向きざまにボレーでしたけども、どう振り返りますか？
ロングスローは自分たちの武器でもありますし、後ろ向きだったんですけど、冷静にシュートまで持っていけてよかったです。
そしてこれは逆転ゴールとなりましたが、こちらもエリキ選手といいコンビネーションの中でまたこれも反転して逆サイドをつきましたけども、どのように振り返りますか？
エリキはいつも